Hey guys, so I'm gonna start with like introducing myself. My name is Coral. I love makeup. I am doing this whole YouTube thing because I started doing quarantine makeup tutorials on my Instagram stories. I enjoyed it, and also some of my friends recommended that I start this. I'm basically just gonna do a bunch of makeup tutorials and talk about random stuff, and then I'm probably gonna come up with some ideas of other interesting things to show. So today I'm just gonna talk about myself and while I do my makeup, and also list everything below and put a photo of everything I'm using so you guys are aware. But I'm just like gonna go in and just do it and just tell you guys more about like my makeup interests and all this stuff, if you have any interest in me or anything I have to say, which we'll see, maybe you won't. Yeah, just keep watching. Thanks guys. First things first, I'm gonna put on my vitamin C serum. I put it on after I do my toner and emulsion and essence, and I just always let that stuff sink in for a bit because I just want to take care of my skin as I'm getting older. I am 28 years old, and you know, gotta preserve that skin and keep myself looking youthful, even though like everyone says I look like a teen. I always prep my lips before I start doing any makeup. While the lip balm is chilling, the moisture sinks in. Right now I'm using this Farsali one. It's almost done. I'm trying to finish it up because I'm all about that Project Pan life, and I would not say that it's the greatest, but you know, I got it and now I'm gonna finish it up. At least it smells good and tastes like bubblegum. And for my eye cream, I'm using the DR.BRANDT Glow. Also, I'm trying to finish it up. It's, I don't know, I don't even know if I believe in eye creams, but I just do it because why not? This quarantine life is just, I'm doing my makeup for literally no reason because I'm not leaving my house other than the fact that I enjoy it. I also like did my nails today because again, I've been forced to do everything myself, which is fine. This GLOSSIER Priming Rich Moisturizer. So I have a pretty oily skin. However, I like to use moisturizers that are rich because I feel like if you prep your skin properly, your face won't be forcing itself to moisturize it, because that's why oily skin just becomes super oily. I find if I use like a rich moisturizer, it kind of prevents my skin from like wanting to create a bunch of oils. I know literally nothing about dermatology, but this is based on my research, so that's what we're gonna go by. I normally put on SPF, but I'm not going anywhere and it's later in the day, so I'm just gonna prep my skin with a primer for my makeup. Now I'm using the Innisfree No Sebum Blur Primer. Just like blurs the pores. I love K-Beauty. I go on this website called Yes Style pretty often, and I love getting their skincare. I feel like they really focus on skin in Japan and Korea. However, this primer does nothing for me, so I am trying to finish it up, and I just put that in like the center of my face because that's where my pores are. Otherwise, like, I have nothing to prime anywhere else, I feel like. Now we move on to foundation. I'm gonna use the Born This Way. I'd say it's like medium coverage, and I'm super pale, so I use the color Snow. And I'm gonna use my Natasha Denona 22 brush. I love everything she does and makes. I think she's incredible. I just put one pump onto the brush and then I just go for it. I used to be really big on full coverage, and then after a while I realized if I can just do a light coverage and then put on concealer for all the other spots that need more coverage, because why cake everything on? You know what I mean? It's just defeats the purpose and it's not necessary. And you kind of like, when you do your foundation, you want it to look like skin. You don't want it to look like you have a mask on your face. I'll do one more pump just in the places where I need it, which is mostly like my nose and my forehead and my cheeks. And I also have, I don't know if you guys saw, like 2 scars on top of above my lip, so I always want to cover those up. And unfortunately, acne scars, like the spots, those are my main concern. Now I put on this ILIA Liquid Light. It's like a sample, and I use it just as a cream highlight above my foundation. I just tap it in with my hands. I just like to have like some luminosity to my face. I use a lot of cream products, and then I layer with powder products. That's when I go ham. If I'm doing like something natural, then obviously I don't go that route, but I like to do it when I'm just trying to, you know, do my full glam, whatever. As you can see, it just gives like a super pretty natural glow. Okay, for contour, I use this NARS matte multiple, it's like a stick. It's called a ALTAI, looks like this. And that's the contour. I'm almost done. So I'm trying to finish this up as well. So I'm just gonna take like a little spatula and put it in the areas where I feel needs some contouring. My forehead, along my nose, just because I like to slim it down slightly. And I put it right here because it makes my nose like straight, kind of. I don't know how to explain. And then under my lip to make it look bigger. And then I also do it across the jawline because, listen, this needs to be hidden. I will be the skinniest person ever, and I will still have this whole, you know, under chin situation going on. So I contour that as well. I use my foundation brush. Moving on, I have dark under eyes, as you can see. I really like using a peach concealer before I use my regular concealer. So this is the Benefit Boing Brightening Concealer, as you can see. And I just dab a little bit of it into the Natasha Denona 15 brush. What I do is I just go into the dark circles and blend that in. And then that way, when you put on concealer, you don't have that gray cast if you have dark under eye circles. Peach counteracts the blue colors, because it's kind of like red and blue. The color wheel, I don't know, but you know what I mean? So that's what I do. Then I use my concealer. This concealer I got in Israel, so I don't even know if anybody can get it unless you're in Israel. I don't know very many Israeli makeup products. I have a few when I went there and I grabbed some, because I love makeup and I love trying different makeup from different countries. There was like a clothing store, hybrid makeup store, home store, whatever. It's called SACARA, and that's where I got this. So I'm doing this whole like project pan situation where I have so much makeup and I feel like I don't get use out of it. I'm trying to use all the products I have, make the most of it. So I haven't used this in a while. It's kind of like a dewy concealer, which is fine because again, we're doing the whole natural thing. So I do my forehead, my under eyes, probably a better method than squeezing it out of the tube, literally. It's kind of ridiculous what I'm doing, but whatever, I do it, I don't wanna. Yeah, so side of my nose to clean that contour, under eyes, forehead to brighten it up, and I do the chin again because that's where I highlight, and above the lip. Same brush I used for the brightening concealer, I'm gonna use for this one. I like that this brush is smaller so it reaches the hard to get places without causing a huge mess. I swear, you guys, you need to try the Natasha Denona brushes. She is so amazing. I think I have every palette she's ever released except for one. I collect her makeup. I collect a lot of makeup, let's be real here, but her stuff is just so high quality and I just love her. And she's Israeli, which I also love. Now I'm cleaning up the contour of my nose so you can like kind of see the line, if you know what I'm saying. Don't mind my hair, guys. Just was not in the mood to wash it. What is this? There's always cat hair on my face. Like, I can't. See, look how dewy. I can't. Isn't it just glorious? However, I'm gonna put powder all over my face. Wait till you see the powder I put on. Just in general, I'm not big on washing my hair very often because I have super wild, curly, frizz hair, think 80s, and I hate it. And so I straighten it, which takes me like an hour. I'm not about that life right now, especially quarantine life. So hence the space buns. Also, I cut my bangs the other day. Well, I already had bangs. I trimmed them. I cut my own hair, basically, since we're all about the quarantine cuts lately. Anyway, so even though these lights kind of wash me out, I do look orange currently. So what I do to clean everything up, all the bronzing I did, is I put like a brightening powder in the highlights of my face. I use this Becca pink Haze. It's a cool toned pink, so basically it cools down the warmth that's going on. Basically, warm powder has like a lot of red, and then cool powders have a lot of blue. So it's like a blue toned pink. It looks crazy pink. And honestly, it's not like the greatest for my face either. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say like I love this powder. However, again, I have it and I'm going to use it up. I'm gonna use this Morphe brush. It's the Morphe Y11. I'm gonna take the powder out onto the brush and I just circle it in the areas that need brightening. I don't love this powder. I've used other powders for this purpose. I find that this one clings to dry patches as well. Whatever, we're finishing it up. And as you can see, it just like brightens my face and I love that. It looks crazy. I'm gonna dust it off afterwards. And then I carve out this area because like, how? It just blows me away like makeup, you know what I mean? It's incredible the things you can do. It's not that you're changing your face, you're enhancing the flattering parts, I guess you can say. I do look insane right now, but I will be dusting it off with my powder brush. It just leaves the parts that you need, but without looking too harsh. If you saw me in person, you would see that like, oh, there's just a nice focus on the center of my face, and the orange whatever powder more like canceled out. It kind of looks like it's bronzed. This BESAME blush is just absolutely incredible. It's not just the experience of what the blush looks like, but it's the packaging. So this company BESAME, they try and replicate vintage makeup, and I love vintage makeup. I love everything vintage. I guess this is how blush used to be packaged. It's like this, and even to the point, first of all, how gorgeous, and even to the point that the label in the back is like kind of looks like vintagey. Anyway, so that's what we're gonna use for blush. And what I do is I just put it onto the apples of my cheeks. I blend it in and I bring it up. Same thing with this side, obviously. Like, wow, such a good teacher. And I like to blush heavy, so I just think it looks cute on me, and I'm just about the blush life. I have a lot of blushes and I adore this color. And then what I also do is I put it onto my nose just to give me like that cute little sun-kissed adorable situation. And I'm also gonna do like faux freckles today, so I feel like it matches perfectly with the heavier blush because it's just like, you know, like adorable and cute and whatever. I'm gonna use this Dazzle highlighter by MAC. Dazzle pink. I only like pink highlighters because my undertones are pink, they're not warm. So all the gold highlighters look absolutely ridiculous on me, but pink ones just like blend in right into the skin. And also, I don't fear glittery highlighters, which this is. It's mad glittery, but it looks so pretty on the skin. Oh, you know what? I got a Natasha Denona brush that I want to try. Okay. Look at how crazy. But she uses it in her makeup tutorials that I watch on Instagram, and I want to try it the way she does. Like, look at that glorious highlight. I'm dead. I put it on my cheekbones. I put it on my temple. Just put it where the light would naturally hit. You know, obviously this is like a pink glittery highlight, so it's not like, you know, the most natural, but it's all about how you blend it in. You just need to buff it in, and then it kind of just like seeps into your skin type thing. Every makeup brush that comes in makeup palettes, I hate them and I throw them all out. The reason I throw them out is because they literally do nothing. However, the one that came with the Urban Decay, Naked Cherry, whatever, I like using it to contour, to highlight my nose. Like, it works out perfect for that. I'm just gonna use this MAC eyeshadow in Nylon. What I do is I like to have a highlight right here, just right there, and the tip of my nose, and down my nose, but I don't connect the two. I kind of just leave it in the middle. Okay, so now I use this side and I just buff it so it just like blends into the skin more, and then voila, perfect for that, you know. Throughout all the rest of them that I get, but I'm glad that I can make use out of that one. I use a bar of soap. I do the soap brow thing. I'm not going to show you the soap because it looks disgusting, but it's just a Dove bar. I take a setting spray that I'm not a fan of, just in order to finish it up. Again, is the Smashbox Primer Water. I find that it literally does nothing, like absolutely nothing. So I use it as something to put into the soap. I like mix my spoolie around in it, and I put it on my brows to get them to stay up, because I have very thin brows. However, they're long, and then like kind of do the whole like fluffy brow situation. So I load up my spoolie and just take them along my eyebrows and just put them up like that. Kind of like glues it up. There's like no brow gel that is this powerful. And also the whole soap thing kind of makes them look fuller. I guess it like thickens up the hairs. Fun fact, so the whole brow lamination thing is becoming a popular hit, and I bought a kit and did it myself, because basically brow lamination is like, they do this kind of, but it perms your brows up. I wanted to get it done, and so I just bought it online on Amazon. Shout out to Amazon, amazing. The thing is, with brow lamination, it doesn't last long. It's the same stuff that they do to perm your eyelashes, and so that fades. So I'm like, why would I go get this service done that costs a couple of $100 that lasts a month? I'm gonna do it myself. And I did it, and again, it lasted a month, and I've just been too lazy to redo it. But it's cool. It's like literally your eyebrows stay up. Anyway, they look insane right now, but I am just gonna wait for them to set, and then I'm gonna draw them. I'll put hairline strokes. So now let's do the eyes. So I want to do a monochromatic look. I just think it's like cute. I have never used the Sultry palette, and it is absolutely glorious. And what I'm gonna do, I'm going to take Twig, put it in my crease. The only reason I'm doing this instead of just going full on with the pink on the eyeshadow is just because like I just want a good transition. Just lightly fluff it in there, you know? This palette came out like 2 years ago. Good job. This palette, it was limited edition. I have literally every single Anastasia palette. Like post-modern Renaissance. I don't have the ones before. I want to get the Mario one. It was limited edition and I desperately want it. And some people sell it on Poshmark. I kind of want to buy it even though it's super old and probably expired. The thing is with eyeshadows, they're powders. So powders don't really expire. They're probably just not as pigmented, but I don't care because I want it. I'm going to dip into Bloom, and I'm gonna put Bloom all over my eyelid and just blow it out into that crease, just so we have like a nice pink situation going on, but it's not stark against the rest, because because it blends into that crease color. Cute, right? So I'm just gonna keep blending. Blend, 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 constantly blending. And it's a light wash. I'm not going ham. Like, I don't want to go full pigment. I want that monochromatic, like, cute, simple look. I used to be such a hater of freckles, and now I'm totally about that life. Like, not freckles on human beings. Like, I mean, like, freckles on regular people I thought was fine who have it. But then I thought people who were, like, getting them tattooed on their face and drawing them, I was like, you guys are whack. Like, I was a huge hater. And then I saw people incorporate it in a cute way and in a more natural way. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. And I thought it was so cute. I'm gonna use the same brush and buff it, that bloom color, underneath the eyes as well. Or on the lower eyelid, rather. I don't know how to explain things. I'm not a pro at this. See that eye bag? That's where I blended. And I know, like, some people can look sickly with, like, a pink, you know, situation. But it's all about, like, how you place it. And also, I'm gonna put an inner corner highlight, and that's just gonna make it all come together. And also that shade that I put into my crease, it prevents the pink from looking like pink eye or like I'm sick or whatever. So it just works out. Super light wash of color, like super light wash, as you can see. Okay, so now for inner corner highlight, I'm going to take my Morphe E18 brush, and I'm going to dip it into Pearl, that color right there, just because, like, that brightens up your face, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wakes you up and opens your eyes. I don't know if you can tell. I'm just gonna dust. I feel cat hair all over my face. Anyway, now we're gonna go back to the brows. I'm gonna use, so I don't know if you guys could see, there was an orange stain on my skin where my eyebrows were, and that's because of this FAUX eyebrow tint by Re Dark Brown. It's, I believe, a Korean beauty brand. Yes, it is. And I got it off of YesStyle. What's amazing about this, because I used to use, I have a Stila one where it's just looks like a regular liquid liner, and I would draw each hair. Whereas this one, what's incredible about it is that it has like 4 little, I don't know, whatever, felt tip things. So what I like about it is that it's so quick. Instead of doing hair by hair, whatever, what I do is I just draw like up like that, and then I do a little into the center because I kind of want to make it look, you know, I want to make it look natural. I just press this fork situation, and it basically draws like 4 hairs at a time. However, although this invention is amazing, what I don't like about it is that it dries up super quick, and sometimes the liquid, like the brow liquid, is only at the bottom of this fork situation, not at the tips. The way I rest it is like this, so all the liquid would go down, but I don't know. But anyway, so I'm gonna do a simple brow like that. It's basically like crazy, like what's the, look at the difference, and it looks natural. And then what I'm gonna do with this, because the soap leaves a white cast, I'm gonna use a dark tint to coat the hairs. But basically this thing, I guess what they tried to do is to make it like a stain so you wouldn't have to do your eyebrows all the time. But it's a fail of a stain. As you could see, my eyebrows area was straight up orange. And I mean, like, I don't care, you know what I mean? Like, who cares? Nobody really sees that, and it makes no difference to me, to be honest. So just like that, insane, incredible, like, amazing. I'm obsessed. So another K-beauty brand, the one I'm using for my brow tint, is the Clavu dark brown, I don't know, but it's a brow gel, and it looks like this, which I love that it's like bent like that because it's easy to draw my hairs or draw onto my hairs. Some of these sentences, I think I'm like, I sound like a crazy person. If people didn't know the context, just hear what I'm saying, they'd be like, what is she talking about? Like, is that, come on, that's like, listen, that's a skill that I have taught myself in order to have fuller brows. And you know what's crazy? I used to have brows like this, and then in grade 9 it was the thin brow look that was in, and I waxed them, and they never grew back. They stayed like this thin, weird situation, which, like, why? Why is it that you remove hair off your eyebrows and it doesn't grow back, whereas like all over your body, it does grow back? Like, I don't want to keep shaving my legs, you know? So annoying. Okay, so faux freckle time. I'm gonna take the NARS contour, and I have a palette and a spatula situation, and what I'm gonna do is take some of it out, put it on the palette like this, and spread it out just like that. Okay, I'm gonna spray it again with the primer water just to make it more, not like thick. Just going to mix it with the liquid. This is like super weird and extra, but whatever. It's what I want to do, so don't judge me. But I find this is the most natural way, although I did it for the first time yesterday, but I find that it's the most natural way to do the faux freckle. So it's gonna look gross like that. And then I have like this fluffy brush. You know what? I'm gonna set that down. This, not fluffy, but whatever, and I use it for blush for when I want to do like specific areas. And I found that because they're so separate and it's very like flimsy, you can like stamp on the freckles. So that's what we're gonna do. So I dip it into this concoction just lightly, you know, just like that. And then so it's gonna have some of that product on it, and I'm gonna start with the cheeks. So I just stamp it like that. It kind of looks insane, but it's gonna dry. And then I go over my nose. And then I'm gonna put some on my forehead, because I feel like if somebody has freckles, they kind of go up into the forehead. Okay, so that's what I do. And then I just tap it with my finger to kind of make it blend and not look so obvious, and make it look like it's natural. And then you have adorable little freckles all over. So that is my method. So it doesn't look as insane. Also, take the powder brush that I had, and I just stamp a little on top of it, just so it's not as stark. Like, it kind of looks like it could be natural, no? I don't know. Whatever. I like it. It's fine. I'm going nowhere. We're in quarantine, so also FaceTiming nobody, so this serves no purpose other than doing this video and wearing my makeup and making me feel happy. All right? Okay. So now I'm gonna use the Hank & Henry. I love this mascara. They are phenomenal. This company, I think they do such a good job on their products. I also have their sponge, like a beauty sponge, and look, so there's like the thin side so you can do detailed work, and then also the regular side, which I love the wand. Also, I love the formula. Now normally I wear falsies, and I'll do a video on how I do that as well, because I don't put on falsies the way regular people do. Normally people put them on top, I put them underneath, like here. I don't want to put on falsies right now, I can't be bothered. And normally if I'm only doing mascara, since this look kind of only requires mascara, sorry, my septum was unlocked. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, normally I would curl my lashes and put on mascara, but again, I cannot be bothered right now. So I'm gonna go in and I do a few layers. My lashes are, they're not short, but they're again sparse, and they are also very straight, so they don't curl. Even when I curl them with an eyelash curler, they still don't stay up. So that's why I like to wear falsies. But the reason I put the falsies underneath instead of on top is it gives a much more natural look, and it just puts more lashes in between yours as opposed to just putting them on top, which hides them. It's an interesting effect. I will show. And I know it kind of sounds scary, the fact that it's glue, but it's eye safe glue, and so when you glue it underneath, you kind of don't even glue it into like the skin, you glue it under the lashes, kind of. I don't know. I like it. That's what I normally do. Not today. I just wish they would stay up. I'm gonna do the bottom lashes. I'm just gonna do one coat. For lips, what shall we do to make it monochromatic? I don't want to use a liner because I kind of want everything to look very soft. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this Lime Crime plushie in Melon Smoothie. Oh, that would be so lit right now. Anyway, so I'm gonna take it, and I'm just gonna, it's matte, but it's not like a drying matte. It's kind of, it's movable, essentially. It's a comfortable matte lip. Oh my god, it even smells like Jolly Rancher. Yo. Just like that. Oh my god, we're done. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of my video? Number one, for my friends that are watching, and the look. You guys like? I hope you do. We done. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for my friends who pushed me to do this. But hopefully, I don't know, people like it. And if they don't, that's fine. Everything is fine. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe so you'll know if I'm making more videos. Like, I don't know, send it to your friends. But yeah, we'll see what else comes out of this. Thanks so much, guys.